been 2 days since the midterm election, and tonight more fallout in Harris County.
Votes still being counted and new accusations of disenfranchising voters. The Harris County Republican Party's attorney says 23 polling sites did not have enough paper for the ballots and as a result had to turn away voters. We've got live team coverage. Let's go to Matt Doherty. Matt, Harris County Republicans have made some major accusations.
Yeah, and the GOP leaders are taking this a step further, claiming that all of the polling sites that were affected were located in Republican strongholds. They're also alleging that it appears this may have been done on purpose. Now, since Tuesday, Harris County GOP leaders say they've been fielding calls from voters who claim they were turned away at the polling sites because they'd run out of paper. In total, they claim 23 polling sites ran out of paper for the ballots. GOP leaders claim the polling sites affected were all located in Republican strongholds, and they could not explain how it could have happened.
And if you run the math, if there were 350 people turned away from the poll, not allowed to vote, and you have 782 locations, it's not a leap of logic to believe that we're going to be in the tens of thousands of people who are wrongfully turned away.
Yesterday morning, the Harris County Elections Administrator said the office received several requests from election judges claiming they had run out of paper for the ballots. Elections Administrator Clifford Tatum said yesterday he could not explain the cause for the paper shortage and said his office had millions of pages of paper to be used for this election. And we just received a statement from the Harris County Elections Office. It reads, quote, "Once we complete our canvassing process, we will turn our attention to a post-election review and report." Tonight at 8 o'clock, there will be a second hearing of the day that includes some of the parties who are involved in all of this. As you can tell, this is far from over, far from resolved. Back to you.
Yeah, the drama continues tonight. Thank you so much, Matt Doherty. And right now, votes are still being counted in Harris County. Adam Bennett joins us live from the county's election headquarters at NRG Arena. Adam.
Ron, when we last talked to the elections administrator this morning, he told us that about 800 mail-in ballots received through Election Day still needed to be counted. He told us he expects that count will be done by the end of today. One of the big issues for this delay, one of the things they're blaming it on, is what they're calling emergency slot ballots. They said there were 857 of them. These are ballots that were printed from polling locations that could not be scanned for one reason or another. Bipartisan two-member teams then painstakingly had to duplicate and rescan each one of those ballots so they would be counted. That's a process that went until 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And remember, Harris County had the longest ballot in the nation for this midterm. After that, the ballot board, once they got done with all of that, went back to counting the mail-in ballots that they had received through Election Day.
There's a collaboration between both parties and the election administrator's office that's required by the statute. So it's not just temporary workers or EA workers that are doing this. It's party representatives who are involved in making sure that the ballots are counted and that they're counted accurately.
And Tatum told me the parties nominate members of that board, and I'm also told that a Republican and Democrat is involved in each one of the decisions that the board makes. So mail ballots and from overseas and military voters, those actually have until Monday afternoon to arrive. I'm told at last check there were still about 1,400 of those yet to be received. Adam Bennett, KHOU 11 News.
All right, Adam, thank you for the update. The election drama in Harris County, as you know, is now in the hands of the courts. And investigative reporter Cheryl Mercedes is monitoring this side. Cheryl.
Yeah, well, Commissioner Rodney Ellis filed that lawsuit after 6 last night, asking that a judge grant election workers more time to count the mail-in ballots. A judge approved the request, and a virtual status hearing was scheduled for 2 o'clock this afternoon. It was supposed to be available online, but we were not given virtual access. Judge John Rogers, assistant clerk, told us over the phone that the judge chose not to stream the court hearing. We were working now to learn more about what happened there, and we'll share more info with you when we get it. As of this afternoon, we learned another status hearing is set for 8 o'clock this evening.
Cheryl, thank you. In the meantime, Harris County Attorney Christian Menefee also released a statement saying Senator Paul Bettencourt suggested the county sought court order to extend the deadline to count votes without notifying the state. Menefee responding saying that's false and that the Secretary of State's office was aware as required by law, and the state guided the county through the process before the county filed with the court.